And we're live.
This is the subreddit that I recently found. It's a pornographic subreddit, as you might imagine, and it's part of a new trend on Reddit. I think it's a new trend anyway.
This is much more upbeat.
Oh, so much more
Please
upbeat.
be rugs only. Go.
Oh, all right. So this girl, this subreddit is Sarah_XXX, and she is a new breed of sort of internet naked girl. Okay, so it seemed like for a long time when Woody was first introducing me to Reddit, he said, and there's this thing called Gone Wild, and there's just tons of regular women getting naked, and there's thousands and millions of regular guys who refuse to say one negative thing about them, no matter what. It's a real happy chamber for everyone to be happy.
Chamber. Yeah.
The girls get naked, the guys don't say shit. And at least not, they're never like, ooh, your areolas, they're huge. It's not that. There's a place of appreciation for everyone.
They're not, college age, beautiful women. Sometimes you're like, yeah. Like, how does 600 people not mention the C-section scar on the internet? This is the meanest
But they
people.
don't, because we're men and that's how we operate. We're much nicer people than women are. But
it is crazy how much everybody has an agreement in those forums, an unspoken agreement where it's like, if you see somebody saying like, man, those stretch marks are disgusting. What the fuck is up with that hairdo or whatever? People are they're going to give vibes. They're not even going to comment it. They're just going to give vibes, male vibes through the computer. And that guy will sit there and be like, oh my God, I've just insulted the girl posting naked pictures of herself for free on the internet. She's not going to be confident enough to do it. I need to validate, everything validating, and you go over there and it's just nothing. If you ever go to any pornographic comments, it's nothing but validation, which I feel is almost like a concerted effort to be like, keep it going, keep it coming. Like, so if people were as mean on those subreddits as they are on Twitter, they would not exist.
No.
Like,
but what I'm getting at is there's this new breed of like internet naked girl. I'm pulling short of calling them like e-whores or anything like that, because they're not fucking people for money. They're just getting naked. It's a different thing. And what you have here is, for a long time, girls would just get on there and be like, hey, look, here are my tits, and then maybe never post again. Maybe they used an alternate account. But now what you have is girls go on there and they become so popular that they create their own subreddits. And then they become business women who have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, sometimes fans. They'll move those fans back and forth between their Instagrams and their Reddit accounts. They'll sell panties that they've worn and like special videos where they're like, oh, Woody, yeah, I wish you were here. Like, and they're masturbating or whatever, and they make tons and tons of money. And there's even rivalries amongst these girls. Recently, Jewdank. That was this girl's username. It was Jew because she's Jewish, and Dank, D-A-N-K, because maybe she likes weed. But very hot girl, really nice ass, and like really good shape. And she was a great smile, and she'd just constantly be naked, and she'd make GIFs of herself. That's the other thing. These things are high tech. It's not like they're snapping cell phone photos. They're creating high definition GIFs of themselves, like doing the things that guys like to see. And they create a whole community where there was this rivalry between Jewdank and Scrandle. Scrandle is much better. The Scrandle. You fucking look up Scrandle. She's badass, and no shame. And so Jewdank ended up quitting Reddit altogether, and Scrandle reigns queen now. But this Sarah_XXX chick is like perfection. Every time I see one of her things on RL, I'm like, oh yeah, let's watch this GIF. Holy shit! She's perfect. Big fan of hers. Big fan of this whole genre of I don't know what to call
capitalism. Isn't it great?
I mean, have you clicked a few of these videos?
I mean,
oh, you linked it. My bad.
Oh yeah, that's her. Like. I mean, she's just very nice, I think.
I gotta exit out of morbid reality. I'm done with this for now.
Why aren't you looking at the naked girl?
Because there's billions of them on the internet, and it's not interesting.
This is the one we're discussing right now, though. This is a particularly hot one too.
She's hot, but in my opinion,
she's attainably hot.
Yeah. Are you looking at her now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. It's one of those things where it's like this, like sometimes it's almost better to not see like the 10 out of 10 or 12 out of 10, like so hot. It's like, I've never even seen somebody who looks like that. Like there's computer shit going on here. But then when you see a girl who's like, no, not normal, like more average, like it's easier to be like, oh, I bet that's what that hot girl looks like naked that I saw at the grocery store today. Like,
your English lit class at University of South Carolina has 2 or 3 of them, I would argue.
Sure. But none of them who will sell you their dirty panties for $25.
Have you offered them 20?
I've offered it huge sums of money.
Good, yeah,
They
right.
they just get more. You know, you watch those videos where like a guy, like there's a girl jogging in the park and the guy's just standing there by the side. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" And she stops and he's pointing a huge HD camera at her, of course. Because it's like 1080p 60
sits on his
frames
shoulder.
here. Yeah. Hey, what's up? And she's like, "Hi, you know, just jogging." He's like, yeah, you're looking good doing it too. How'd you like to make say? And it's always like, it's not our currency. It's like euros or something. It's like, how would you like to make 8,000 euros? And they're like, and I'm like, is that a lot? Like,
Yeah.
do I have 8,000 euros? Because like, and she's like, oh, I'd never blow you here in the park for only 8,000. He's like, what about 10,000? And then it cuts and she's just glog, 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 right there in the park behind some trees. And it's like, where are these incredibly slutty women who are just looking to make a couple $100? Like,
so you can't
So
see that. I can't share the things,
no.
but in the reflection of my golden play button, you can kind of sort of barely see them. So knock yourself out.
Kind of, sort of.
Pictures, movies. I will say, just to like give you the broad.
Yeah, you can. That's funny.
You can mostly see her from like the nose down. She looks very pretty to me. I'd say her body's like an 8.5 or a 9 or something. It's very fucking nice. Her boobies are perfectly symmetrical. She's got ghost nipples, which is another subreddit I'm a fan of. Nice butt. Her vagina is a simp, which is another subreddit I'm a big fan of. Are you familiar with the simp vagina, Taylor?
I know it has to do with Homer Simpson and the way his lips are.
And it's different from an innie, because an innie and a simp are slightly different. An innie, both have very small inner lips that don't protrude or stick out like a cat that's on drugs. But the difference is the simp obviously looks quite a bit like Homer Simpson's mouth turned sideways, and it's a little more plump of a vagina than the innie. Yes, a fat vagina, if you will. One that you ever see that GIF? I bet Woody has. I know Woody has, where the girl is like flicking her vagina and the vagina goes down, wow, 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 down.
No, I've seen that.
I would never see
exactly
such a thing.
Right? You've seen it? Yeah, we've all seen that GIF.
That's a great GIF.
It's a great gift.
That's a very high quality. Hey, and you know what? For all those people out there, all you perverts who are buying panties at a huge markups from these girls, here's a business tip for you. Go volunteer for 2 days at a Goodwill or wherever they put down, people donate clothes, they'll give you a t-shirt to wear while you're volunteering. You keep the t-shirt, you go home. Big donation days before tax season, you go and undercut Goodwill. You go stand to where you drop the clothes off, but you stand just out of line of where the Goodwill employees are, and you have your own bin. And you say, this is for ladies wear. You stop them there. You say, get the ladies wear here. You can go back to those gentlemen and they'll get you your tax write-off slip. And then they'll walk over there and they'll go, that guy sent me over there. And they'll go, what? We're the only ones who work here. And by that point, it'll be too late. You'll be running off and made out like a bandit. And think of how much money you'll save. You can actually, if you're a real entrepreneur, if you're a Cuban type, you'll resell those online and get your own economy going. See?
You're missing the most important part of the girls selling their dirty panties to men economy. And that is that you don't just want random dirty panties. We don't want nasty ones. We want used panties from the goddess that, and by we, I mean these men who are paying for them. I certainly wouldn't buy your goddamn underwear. I might pay you to fucking fuck me, but I wouldn't.
Woman on the internet,
it's not a pretend woman though. In this case, it's a real lady. It's not her persona. She's not Remy LaCroix. She's not a porn star who's like, this is a side business. This is a girl on the internet that you're familiar with, seeing her naked. Maybe you can follow her and you have some semblance of what her personality is like. And she's like, oh, by the way, anybody wants some used panties? These panties, in fact, that I'm masturbating in this video that you love to watch so much, like I'll sell them to you for $25. And these guys are like, sign me the fuck up, right? And she's just got 80, 90 pair of the same panties. She just mail them off.
I know nothing about this, but they'll do like a photo shoot at the gym of them like on the exercise bike and then be like, these panties are for sale. And some guys are like, dude, those panties, they're not going to be like freshly laundered panties. They're going to be exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah, they're not going to mind a bit.
At my prices, they're going to have a lot of suspension of disbelief because I am going to undercut hard. It's almost like when you go to the Gap and you buy a sweater, you know that a little Cambodian child wore their fingers to the bone getting those little threads in there that they can sell it for $6 with like a perfectly diverse cast dancing on screen and a way too late Christmas theme or whatever the fuck Gap is doing. But you buy it anyway because the price is so low, you don't think about it, you know? Same thing. They're going to come to Taylor's Panty Emporium. Works great because my name's androgynous, and they'll just believe it. They'll be like, "Is this my hot girl? I don't know, but this is $6." And Susie Q, ass cheeks is 130. So I'm gonna make do. So
well, all I know is I am very attracted to this Sarah XXX person. I wish I knew where she was in real life. Not that I could like back her down or anything.
I could strangle her.
I could just be waiting by that path as she jogs past with my camera and be like, "Hey, you want to make 800 euros?" Like I just,
how much for this pair right now?
She might sell them.
She'd be terrified that she'd been recognized in real life, and she would shoot me on the spot. She'd be like, "I knew this day would come," and like run. Like,
I hope all these women who are doing this kind of thing, I hope they're all carrying mace or a gun, preferably around. They need to get their
used to be a blonde. There used to be a blonde on Reddit who was, I'm going to say 30, 32 maybe, very attractive. And she photographed herself with a DSLR. She didn't have a cell phone. And she was always had this like coy little smile she was very, very classy. It wasn't as like low brow as some of the other nudes on the internet. I don't know. It felt like almost like a model shoot where she was wearing very nice lingerie and she was like a perfect body and everything. And she's like always snapping pictures of herself in the mirror with this DSLR and always concealing enough of her face that she wasn't completely revealed. But I haven't seen her online in quite a while. It's
same
worries about her.
To dick pics. Never put your face in your own dick picture. It's just like the Anthony Weiner. No, it's not. You just angle away from your face.
I mean, it's hard to get your face into the dick pic. Like, what?
Yeah, right?
Anthony.
Oh, you don't take them, lay it down with your hand.
No, but that wasn't a lesson that too many people learned. Look at Brett Favre. Look at Anthony Weiner. These are real examples of guys who took pictures of themselves and they saw their dick and their face, their fucking Super Bowl winning, famous as fuck face, and we're like, yeah, this won't get out. First of all,
are there Anthony Weiner shots with his face and penis in the pic together?
I think there is.
I haven't from his Twitter. That's how I've
actually seen any of those photos, but
I've seen a lot of those. I've heard the interviews of the girls that he was texting with, like the girl that he was sexting with at the center of the controversy went on the goddamn Stern show and like dished everything. It was a real. She's like, oh yeah, he'd call me up and be like, oh baby, I'm so horny, and he'd have to jerk off at lunch while I talked dirty to him, and she like really spilled the beans on everything that Weiner is into. And that's what you get with those liberals, those sex crazed Dems over there. Can't make a Senate hearing without. He wasn't.
I just read someone else's who was really bad. I tried to remember.
It's like a public nudity photo you're talking about.
It was the text that he was sending, and I can't remember who did it. He was in.
Is it a politician?
I don't even remember. Shucks, I shouldn't have brought it up. I lost it. I'll bring it back.
I was going to 20 questions to you, try and figure it out.
I wish that would work.
But for 20 questions to work, the person you're asking the questions to has to know what you're asking about. I can't be like, is he tall? And you're like, I don't remember yet. Come back to that one. You know?
Yeah, right. You can have an infinite number of questions.
Ask me another one. Maybe it'll trigger it. Yeah.
But yeah, Sarah _XXX. Kyle's a big fan. So if you happen to know her, just let her know. If you happen to know where she is, just slip me her address. I'm not gonna go there. Nothing like that.
Nothing like that.
I mean, you'll go to the forum, and I'm sure a lot of people from PKA are going to go to the forum now.
Yeah, go to her subreddit. Yeah, give her some business. Buy some of her panties. I don't know that she sells panties, but that's just the common business model among people like Scrandle and Jewdank, and always has been.